Hey, my name's Avi Weisfogel. This is the Entrepreneurial Dentist, and wanted to come to you first to explain the idea behind this. Yeah, dentists come out of school with a lot of debt and zero business experience, and the idea is just go out and learn it, right? Come out of school with some knowledge, a lot of sciences that you'll never use again, some skills, maybe enough to where you're okay to start out, but then you really go out and you start practicing and you can go ahead and master the field of dentistry. There's not a dentist I meet 20 years in who can't do a great crown. On the other hand, I am meeting dentists every single day who are up to their eyeballs in debt, who are given what are called ideas by others in terms of how they can run their business. And that means consultants, that means your supply company, your equipment companies. I mean, you can get loans for almost anything you want. And this is the purpose of this video, and other videos like it are going to be to help guide you in an everyday fashion when it comes to business. So let's start with business tip number one. If you have a practice that is gorgeous, beautiful equipment, right? You paid a lot of money for that equipment, and then your practice does roughly $1 million in income, and you go to sell it, and you have another practice that is also doing $1 million, and they have just the basics: chairs, handpieces, suction, compression, everything that you need to run a practice. There are things that you need and things that you want and different levels of quality. Which practice sells for more? Which practice is worth more? How much do you actually pay for equipment? I recently came across a dentist who bought someone else's practice. I said, well, tell me about the practice. Practice is very small. I said, how small? Well, they don't see any patients. I said, well, then it doesn't seem like you bought a practice. You bought a location. How long's it been there for? What happened to the patients? I don't know. So you're buying somebody else's practice. The equipment's a couple years old, and it's not like he picked it. Somebody else picked it. Might have been in okay shape. And a bank funded him to buy this practice to the tune of $400,000. This blew my mind. $400,000. So without a plan. Now I just have to figure out how to get patients. Really what you're going to have to figure out is how you're going to pay that note payment every single month. I spoke to a good friend of mine yesterday, and the idea was I have to be able to produce $100,000 this month, because if I don't produce $100,000, I don't cover my overhead. And so this pressure is on to make $100,000 in terms of production collection just to pay overhead, meaning if she produces and collects 110, now she's made $10,000. The problems are rampant. It is so easy for a dentist to get in over his head. You're looking at one who got in way over his head. I wanted all the best toys. CEREC, CT scans, scanners, digital x-rays, you name it. I wanted it. I wanted these toys because they make it seem so appealing. Now, if this was a business that was actually looking out for the dentist, all the big companies, Shine, Patterson, Banco, and I'm not trying to knock them,